right now we are actually gonna finish up on Matt's wagon, get this back to him. Been kind of putting it off because it's a 70-mile drive for me to get to this car. So we're gonna bleed the brakes and then we are going to drive it up to my house. I'll give you a quick rundown. It is an 88 wagon, LS. It's got a B18 B1. It was boosted at one time. I'm sure some of you have seen it online. Right now it's in a, Matt is planning on boosting it again here shortly. Don't worry about the janky wiring. Remember I showed you guys that in the, I think it was my second video. Just finished up bleeding the brakes. Got to go air up tire, letting it warm up now because it hasn't been started since the last time you guys saw it. So gonna let it warm up, gonna go get some air in the tires, gonna go drive it around. Since it's been sitting so long, I want to kind of break in the brakes. I had to adjust the rears. They were really low. Like, I'm thinking that's why it had no pedal, because it would still stop. It just had no pedal, so I adjusted up the rears. So yeah, gonna let it warm up, air up the tires, drive it around, put gas in it, and head back up to my place and get started on the wiring, clean up, get some exhaust on it because it's just header right now, and make it basically a daily driver again for Matt. And then probably sometime this week we're going to start on the sedan, putting the D15 B1 in it. I don't know if Brad wants to go ahead with the multi-port right now, or if we're just going to clean it up, get it running so he can drive it. That way we can tear into his hatch. It's leaking oil, we can't find where. Thinking maybe a rear main or front main, or the trans. Don't know yet. He doesn't have another vehicle besides the sedan to get going to be able to tear into it. So got him a new radiator cap because his was janky. I pulled the T bracket out because his hood would, well, it would latch, but it would just kind of bounce. It got sketchy on the freeway when I was driving it up here, but they had, whoever put the intercooler or turbo system when it was turboed, cut the bracket that the T bracket actually bolts to. And I mean, you can kind of see this is all bent up. They just had it bent out the way, so the hood was just pretty janky. So I am going to put it together, latch the hood, and kind of probably put a string to it of some sort and pull it down, you know, as flush as it will go, and then find out where I need to make a bracket. That way I can weld it to that existing piece, bolt it in, and it will make the hood support T-bracket a lot firmer and actually latch and be good to go. I'm also today going to try to fix his rear hatch. It just, without the key in it, it just opens and it won't latch. So I'm going to take the latch apart, see if I can fix that up. So stay with me, guys. This is going to be a fun little project. We're going to surprise Matt. I don't know if I said that before. He has no idea that I went and got his car. He actually hasn't drove the car in about, I think, 6-7 months, because he couldn't get it running. Then you guys saw in the previous video I got it running again. So I am going to surprise him, get it running 100%, make it daily driver approved, I guess. That way he can daily it because he misses his wagon. And yeah, it's gonna be awesome to surprise Matt. Stay with me. So got the T bracket all installed. when I showed you guys it from before, I had showed you that it was all bent. I mean, you can see it's still bent, but it goes into place. I was thinking for some reason that it bolted to the front over here, and actually it goes on the back. When I shined my light in there, I didn't see the nut that's factory welded inside this channel. So I was kind of peeking around, trying to get it fitted, thinking about drilling it out here and putting a nut in there and doing basically what's on this side. And then I went and looked at my wagon just to be 100%, and saw that mine goes on the back side. Looked here, saw it goes on the back side, and now we're golden. It's nice. I mean, I can barely move it. It's bolted in. It's tight. So hood will be 100% now. Now we will start on that back latch and get that going. Since I don't have to weld the T-bracket anymore, I might get to his windows because they're off track. The car just, needs general stuff for a car that's been sitting and neglected. So let's go. So got the hatch. It's still, for some reason, got a little gap. You can see. And it looks a little worse on this side, I guess. I don't know why it's like that, but the hatch, pretty good. It, like I said, it still sticks out a little bit. I've adjusted it 19 different ways, and it still sticks out no matter what I do. It has a crack, like a hairline crack, in the car's mounting point for the latch, not on the hatch. So that might be a reason. It's just flexing. I don't feel comfortable with my welder welding that up. It burns right through sheet metal. But right now I am wiring in his fan. Sorry for the focus there. Wiring up his fan. I'm going to wire it into the factory plug. I don't have the plug that goes over it right here. So that's going to be kind of shitty. So I'm just going to, I have some spades and whatnot, and I'm going to connect it into there, put some electrical grease, and then wrap it around in electrical tape. That's why it's a little better. I am also going to tuck this wire that he's got here. Looks kind of janky. Just going to clean that up. And then he has a coolant return or coolant reservoir here that he had bought that I am going to put in here instead of a bottle. I think I am going to try to tuck it right in here. There's plenty of room down there, even if I want to put it low, so I might put it a little lower. So we'll get to it. We're pretty much doing really good on this car. I didn't get it tucked quite how I wanted it because it would interfere with the fan. I wanted to go back and behind or up and over, but I just kind of got the wires all electrical taped up. I got it tucked back here going in, and then I kind of slid this one behind the radiator and just grounded it here because I didn't have a connector with a big enough eyelet to go into that hole right there to keep it down below. But I mean, overall, you can't tell it's there. It's pretty much out of the way. I could, if I wanted, zip tie it and pull it a little tighter, but I'm sure Matt will be fine with that. So under the engine bay, we're pretty much done now. I can shut the hood. Actually, nope, forgot about the coolant tank. So I will do the coolant tank right now, get rid of this janky mess, and still need to get this wire back there out of the way. So let's do that. So I got these grounds disconnected down here, and I got that set in there. I think I just dropped the bracket. Oh, there it is. So got that in there, and then I got this bracket here that it comes with that I'm going to set in there, and then it connects by those 3 little grooves in that, and then there's the little holder there, and it kind of, when you slide it in, it clicks in over those little ribs. So I get that in there, and I think that'll be a really slick look down there. Kind of hides the wires so it doesn't look so bad. I still need to move that blue wire up because it's dragging down and it's on the axle. So I'm gonna do that. I'm sorry I'm not filming much of the stuff that, you know, when I'm actually doing it. It just kind of hard to hold the camera and do what you're doing at the same time. But got that tank down there. I didn't use the clear hose that came with. I used the stock hose because the vinyl hose they gave you, it just, the way they had it rolled up, it wanted to kink everywhere, and I don't want that to obstruct anything going down to the tank. I think it looks pretty cool. It's kind of out of the way. You wouldn't notice it if you weren't looking for it, but kind of see if I can see it there. Yeah, it's tucked. I mean, it's tucked in there pretty good. It's mounted tight. Everything's good to go. We are done under the hood. His car's actually going a lot faster than I thought it would be going. So I am going to start on the wiring underneath the dash. If you guys want to recap on what was going on under there, you can look at the first video of Matt's wagon. But yeah, I got the wiring under the hood done, coolant tank done, fan done, all the wires tucked away, rear hatch shuts and locks. The only bad thing is because his, you can see it there, his struts for the rear hatch are actually broken out of the chassis. So there's no, I mean, you gotta have 2 people to open the rear hatch unless he can figure out something there. Both rear doors open and closed now. I haven't tested the windows, but I don't think it really matters to him about that. I need to fix the driver's window. It's off track. You could see it just a little bit here, but we'll get that, and then get that out, and then I am going to detail it for him, wash it, put it back in the garage, and prank him to come to my house and come and get it. Alright, just got Matt's wagon all detailed up. From my flash, it looks like it's still a little dirty, but it is minty clean. That's a rub spot in that floor mat, but I mean, this thing is besides the mud stains and all that, I am going to push it outside, wash it, and pull it back in, and we're done. Don't know if he'll come get it today or if we're gonna wait until Sunday. Either way, I'll get you guys a reaction video. Still trying to think of some way to tell him, you know, hey, come to my house, or hey, we're gonna come pick you up, and me and Brad will drive up to him, which is about 35 minutes, and just pull up in his car and give it to him. So as always, thanks for watching, guys. This is gonna be the end of the video. The next video, like I said, will be his reaction, which I think is gonna be pretty funny. He hasn't seen the car in 6 to 8 months. So it being clean, vacuumed, running, driving, 100%, he's probably gonna faint or cry. So let's see what happens. So we're about to take the wagon back to Matt so you guys can see his reaction. We'll kind of show you the car.
We shit his pants.
We just washed it, cleaned it, Let's see. Got that shine on. She's running perfect. All clean inside. That exhaust done.
Got that bozo.
Swaggin'. It's done, bro. Matt taking his baby for a drive. He pretty much cried. This is why anybody who's into cars does stuff like this. Emotion. The emotion you feel for your car is unbelievable.